Hi, fellow white people. Black History Month is tomorrow. Let's not do anything to ruin it this year. Okay, my fellow milk crickets? We're gonna be good this year. Yes, we are. And if we are, maybe you'll get a prize. You have to be good. You can't ruin Black History Month this year. Okay? Thank you, my babies. Bye.
Ew. This was probably one of the cringiest things I've ever seen in my life. Keep in mind, after all of that, this is what she said.
Y'all have taken this video and run with it in such a direction that it never intended to go to. White people can't experience racism in any way, shape, or form. White people can't experience racism, so I was not being racist towards white people in that video.
You literally started off by generalizing an entire race of people by associating negative behaviors with that race. You ended up talking to this entire race of people as if they were all toddlers, but that was after you proceeded to dehumanize them by calling them a racial slur, which associated them with insects and milk in relation to their skin color. You were indeed being racist. And no amount of savior syndrome is going to save you from that fact. Her video's gone now, but not because she regretted her actions. No, this is the reason.
The reason that I took it down is because I got a little bit of feedback from some people who matter that said, hey, you may have missed the mark on this video. I don't know if you should leave it up. So I chose to take it down.
When she says people who matter, she really just means the black individuals she answers to on a daily basis simply because they're black. And when she says she chose to take it down, what she really means is that she folded to the pressure of the people she tries so desperately to cater to because she's built her entire life around validating invalid and narcissistic ideologies. These people cannot be real.
Black History Month was created to celebrate the contributions of African Americans to the United States. It honors all black people from all periods of U.S. history, from the enslaved people first brought over from Africa in the early 17th century to the African Americans living in the United States of America today. This event is celebrated in February in the United States and Canada, but in Ireland and United Kingdom, it is celebrated in October, and it has been in existence for over 54 years. Remember, the essence of this national event is to celebrate and to recognize the contributions of African Americans, both past and present, to the society of the United States, Canada, UK, and all whatnot. But unfortunately today, Black History Month is celebrated in a quite absurd and ridiculous manner, and Modi has to speak about it. My name is Modi and you're welcome to Modi Speaks. But before we dive into today's video, I just want to quickly remind you to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. Believe me, it's totally free and it will encourage me to keep making more videos. So we are in the month of February, and this means that in the United States and in Canada, they are celebrating their Black History Month. The whole of February is supposed to be dedicated to great African Americans who have actually contributed to the society in one way or the other. People like Martin Luther King, Claudette Colvin, Booker T. Washington, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, just to mention but a few. But today, the Black society has some weird way and some weird demands in celebrating the African American History Month. So I'm going to be reacting to some of the videos I found on TikTok, and believe me, they are very cringy, but I have no choice.
Hey, white men. Due to systemic and structural racism that Black women have had to endure, they only make 64 cents to every dollar that you make. So as a fitting start to Black History Month, I want to take what you will make today, multiply it by 64%, and then take that difference and give it to some Black women today. This shows that you are honoring them, that you are appreciating them, and that you are dedicated to equity. And Black women, you know what to do.
Black women know what to do? What am I supposed to do? I'm a Black woman and I'm clueless as to what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, first things first, this woman is Delulu, and on top of that, she's a thief. And she's hoping that Black women will become lazy and entitled, so much so that they would expect white men to pay them for just being Black. My question is though, why white men? What have white men done to Black women that they need to pay reparations for? She hates white men, even though she's 90% white. My friend, come closer. Let's clear away your delusion. The idea that all black women earn less than every white man is a myth. A lot of black women earn way higher salaries than white men. And for those black women who are not topping white men, not just white men, men in general, I will tell you the reason why. When it comes to negotiation of salaries, men actually are good negotiators. They negotiate higher salaries for themselves in comparison to women, and black women included. And it also depends on how many hours you work, because men on average tend to work longer hours than women. Then talk about personal choices. Women on average choose less complicated career paths, simpler career paths that make less money in comparison to the career paths that men usually go for. When you put all these factors into consideration, the gap between the white man and the black woman's salary actually disappears. But wait though, why should somebody pay you money because of your skin color? If we're going to go down that road, then black people need to pay reparations too. Oh yes, because the reality is that black people owned slaves too, and they also sold slaves. They were the principal sellers of slaves. White people just bought what black people were selling. So my friend, hop on the next flight and take a trip to Africa and demand reparations from our ancestors who sold us off to the whites.
0.25 mile run. Why do some people look so cute when they run? I mean, I've got my...
Move, bitch! Get out my fucking way! It's Black History Month!
That was insane. That was disrespectful. That's no way to talk to a lady. I see a lot of disrespect and a lot of entitlement in this video. What does he think gives him the right to behave this way towards a lady? He believes that Black History Month gives him wings to trample on people, to verbally abuse people. According to him, it's Black History Month, so white people should clear the way for him as he walks. America. Let me tell you something. Back in Africa, our forefathers who sold their brothers and sisters as slaves were never prosecuted for it. They never made any form of reparation to the families of those Africans they sold to white people. Not even an apology. They didn't go on TV to discuss the evil they did to their brothers and sisters. They didn't even create a national holiday to honor and remember their brothers and sisters who were sold off as slaves. As time went on, people in Africa just forgot about the involvement of their fellow Africans in slavery. It became a mistake of the past, and everyone just forgot and forgave. I understand it's easier to forgive your brother than an outsider, but the West has done everything in their power to salvage the situation. We even have a whole month to celebrate. Please, let's not abuse this right. Let's not misuse this right. Instead, let us use it for what it was meant for, and that is to celebrate and to recognize our past and present heroes.
For those of you who don't know, it's Black History Month, which means it's Black people's birthday. If you are not Black, you are obligated to find at least one Black person and send them $1,000. It's part of the law.
Seriously, not again. This again. Why do so many Black women have this kind of mentality? I mean, who dares accuse this intelligent woman of being acutely entitled? Come on, that's racist. What you need to do is to dismantle your white supremacist mindset and pay this woman, not just for being Black, but for being a woman too. Seriously? Is this what Black History Month is all about? Showcasing narcissism and rudeness, rubbing your Africanness in white people's faces. This video was captioned, "The principal showing his proper respect for me this month," and she proceeds to have her principal clear her table right after she has had lunch. Schoolgirl who is humiliating her school principal by making him clear her table after lunch is seen as empowering. I mean, is this actually supposed to be celebrated? If you go down to the comment section of this video, you will find fellow Black people encouraging and rooting for this behavior. One of them said, "I'm doing this when I come back to school." Another one said, "I wish I could get Mr. Garrett to do this for me." And this one said, "Can my principal do this for me?" This goes to show you that if some Black people were to have their way, I mean some Black people, if they had the resources and the power, they would replicate slavery. They would make every white person bow down and worship them, just because that's how spoiled and entitled their mindset is. But I was wondering, how did you get this grown man to partake in this humiliation? And thank God someone asked the same question in the comment section of this video. And she boldly replied. I was literally like, hey, come be in this TikTok. And he sheepishly followed you and took part in this nonsense. At this point, I don't blame the girl at all. I give all the blame to this sorry ass white man in that video. The so-called principal, he deserved all the insults and humiliation. This is the kind of humiliation you get when you as a white person allow black people to browbeat you into carrying this internalized guilt, not because you committed a crime or because you were actually racist to black people, but simply because you were born white. And so, because you have allowed black people to plant this internal guilt inside of you, you will become their puppet and you will do everything they want, everything they tell you, just because you want to get in their good books. But the problem is, no matter what you do, any day that black people are in a bad mood, they will still turn around and call you racist. Not because you were actually racist, but because come rain, come shine, your skin color is white and you will forever be a white person. With that, I still want to restate the fact that this is Black History Month. It is a month created to celebrate the contributions of past and present African Americans who have in one way or the other contributed to the US and Canada. So if you are an African American and you haven't contributed anything to the society, then that's okay. Just celebrate others that have contributed. This is a month of celebration, not a month of expecting white people to be your slave for 28 or 29 days. Let's be guided. Entitlement is a disease. And this brings me to the end of this video. But before you go, guys, you know how we roll. If you enjoyed this video, do well to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video. Believe me, it is totally free and it will encourage me to keep making more videos. And no matter what you do, please have it at the back of your mind that I do not know much. I just speak.